Hey everyone, welcome back to Redditly. Today's video is titled Wife 34 Female Admitted to Cheating. We have a 3-year-old autistic son. I'm a 37-year-old male overwhelmed. Please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Let's get right into it. Here's a not-so-brief state of our situation. Our relationship has been strained lately with her working nights and I working days. Because our son has special needs, a standard babysitter/childcare isn't possible and specialized care isn't available or financially feasible. He has a few hours a week at school in a therapy setting, otherwise he is with one of us. Because of the schedules, we have been the ships passing in the night. Most days we get 10 minutes to see each other. Not a perfect situation, and it's something I wanted to fix. I've been sleeping in the guest room so that she can decompress and get some quality sleep alone. It's not something I wanted to do, but for her benefit, I thought it would help her sleeplessness. Our S-life has been non-existent for a long time. In the past few months, when we have talked, she would mention things like, we should try an open relationship because I don't like intercourse anymore, and you should be free to explore. And getting married has screwed up our finances, we should get on paper divorce. I never took her that seriously because she said them in such a joking tone. Lately, she had mentioned that she feels like we're great roommates. She has also wanted to go out with her friends more often on her nights off. I'm not that type for that, so I stay home with our son. Admittedly, a special needs child can be very difficult. Her having a night off was completely understandable. Come to 2 weeks ago, I asked to sit down to talk about our relationship. She agreed the next day, and I actually sent her an email of questions I had on my mind. Questions like, how would you describe our relationship, and do you want to share a bed anymore? And most importantly, have you had intercourse outside of our marriage? We sat down after our son was in bed and had the talk. We talked for a few minutes about what she thought of our relationship. She said she doesn't see us as a couple anymore. She started to cry. Then she said, you asked if I had intercourse with anyone else. The answer is yes. It immediately hit me like a ton of bricks. I asked the questions more out of peace of mind for me rather than a confirmation. I had suspicions before. I thought they were all in my head. We talked for 2 hours. I said very little and tried to keep my anger in check. But here's what was revealed. She did not want to talk about details of the other relationship with me. That doesn't matter. She admitted to it happening more than once, and it was premeditated. She had gone out with my blessing to hang out with friends, knowing that she was going to cheat. The affair is not still going on, but she was still talking to the person. She wasn't necessarily interested in a romantic or intercourse relationship outside of our marriage right now, but she's open to anything. She didn't realize until recently that she's probably not into the whole monogamy thing. As for a relationship, we're done, and she wanted me out of the bedroom completely. She wants to remain in the house to co-parent, not just because we have to, but because she wants to. You're a great dad, and that part of you I still really care about. She kept saying, we don't have to make any decisions right now, and I know it's a lot. Also, I don't hate you, I still care about you, and I'm sure you hate me. Since then, I've moved upstairs. I've initiated a separation of our finances and healthcare. That conversation resulted in her crying and saying, this is a lot right now, but she has relented. She's also said that she's depressed in mourning, losing her best friend, and retreats to her room frequently. I've mentioned divorce, her moving out, and selling the house, all of which are returned with vague warnings of expense and difficulty, and disrupting our son. Conversations with my friends say she's gaslighting me or manipulating the situation so that she gets to have her cake and eats it too. I've come to believe that having her move out may be difficult for our son, but it's what's best for my mental health, and that's ultimately best for my son. But I have no idea how to make it happen. I feel so lost and broken. Just typing this up has taken a few days because I can't get through it all. And I think about it as how I wanted to fix our relationship and how she put someone else above spending time with us. She used my dependability as a father for her selfish reasons. Then I think about being kind to her so that she can stay in our child's life. He will need both of us. It's sadness, then pain, then anger, then a few minutes of numbness before it starts again. Ugh, Merry Christmas to me. Thank you for reading, and I'll welcome any advice or questions. Thank you all for the wonderful support. I didn't know how much interest a rambling, shambling post like this would receive, so I'll add a few more pieces of information. As I said below, some of the nights out were explained as work-related social events, or with friends from work that I don't know. Obviously now I can't trust that info very much. I am sure that one of the nights she cheated, it was described as mom's night off, where I took my son to play at an indoor playground so my wife could get ready and then Uber to a bar. Brutal when I realized that one. But I do know some of her friends. One of those friends is actually a female friend of mine from before the relationship. Let's call her Fran. Fran has not been in contact with my wife, but I've told her the situation and she's been helping me very kindly. I haven't asked her to verify any alibis. I also learned, Fran, that my wife had told another mutual friend that OM has a GF. The GF knows about the affair and OM is trying to repair that relationship. I don't know where that leaves my wife or even how much I can trust fourth-hand info. She has apologized indirectly. She said, "I'm sorry that I hurt you," but she also explicitly does not regret that she cheated. This week she works most days, but we are going to try to have a normal Christmas Eve and day. Then I'm taking my son to see my family this weekend. I'll tell them what's going on then. She has told her mom that we are not together and that she cheated. Her mom is sad about the situation. In talking about her moving out, she refuses to leave until we sell the house or I buy it back alone, and she gets her share of the equity. She said that's fair if you're going to kick me out. Also, she said that if I try to stop her from seeing our child, she will fight it. Those are the only two things that has been forceful or antagonist about. She's open to seeing a divorce attorney or a mediator whenever you want. I realize reading the above, I may have made her out to be more manipulative and cold-hearted than she may me, but the facts are correct, so judge us as you will. The first comment says, I have a somewhat similar situation. My son was diagnosed with autism the same month as the affair. Ever since he was born, our marriage has gone downhill. He is the biggest handful. We love him, but we didn't have a date for 2 years because he required so much effort. While this didn't cause the affair, it set up the marriage in a very bad position. My spouse didn't want to divorce me. She wanted more from me, and that turned into resentment. We recovered and adapted to maximize our relationship. I don't think it was right of her to cheat, though when my marriage hit rock bottom just prior to the affair, a divorce sounded like heaven on earth because everything was a stressful wreck. I think she is acting in desperation and probably wants a different life because of the stress, but also doesn't want to abandon the family setting for the kid. However, that isn't possible. First and foremost, you need to take care of yourself and the child. Try not to make any decision based on emotion. Rationality is key in recovering and getting your life in order.